Do you suffer from constant skin outbreaks, acne, or other skin conditions such as atopic dermatitis, and you feel like you've just tried everything but had limited success? Well, did you know that acne is the eighth most prevalent disease in the world, and 90% of us will actually have acne at some point in our lives, and 20% of us will have permanent, irreversible scarring from that acne? Now, the key to clearing up your acne and having younger and fresher and clearer looking skin is something called the gut skin axis, which you may not have heard of before. So, you have probably by now heard of your gut microbiome. Now, your gut microbiome is a little diagram here showing your gut. Now, your gut microbiome hosts trillions of microbes. Some are beneficial and some are non-beneficial, and the balance of these microbes is impacted by things like your environment, the amount of exercise you do, the type of exercise you do as well, the medication that you take, and also the amount of stress you're under. But primarily, it is caused by your diet. So the makeup of all those microbes within your gut and the balance of them and the different types and the different species is primarily caused by your diet. Now, these microbes in your gut can actually secrete chemicals that send signals to other areas of your body, including your brain and your skin. And these chemicals can actually either dial up or dial down the level of inflammation in those other areas of your body. Now, what many people don't know is that your skin actually also has its own microbiome, which consists of trillions of microbes, and your skin microbiome communicates directly with your gut microbiome and vice versa. So in this diagram here, we've got this green arrow showing chemical signals going in both directions. And then we have a little diagram here showing your skin microbiome also having these trillions of microbes. And your skin microbiome is impacted by things like your environment, your skincare routine, your skin contact. So what are you letting come in contact with your skin? And also exercise as well. So we know that this gut skin axis exists because what we've learned is, for example, people who have celiac disease, which is a disease where consuming gluten can cause adverse effects in the gut, can also actually cause a very characteristic skin rash called dermatitis herpetiformis. The problem is the generic approach to clearing up skin, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry, doesn't actually consider this gut skin axis at all, and generally it only deals with your skin on the surface level. So to improve your skin, I'm going to give you a 3-step approach. Step number 1, and this is probably the most important step, is you need to optimize your gut health. So to do this, you need to, we've got over here on the right-hand side the things that you need to stop doing, and then on the left-hand side in green, the things that you need to start incorporating. So to do this, you need to cut out processed foods. You need to cut out foods that are high in refined sugars. So processed foods are anything that contain artificial sweeteners, preservatives, flavors, colors, and things like that. You actually need to be very careful because up to 70% of the food on our grocery store shelves are now processed. So you need to be very selective. You need to consume a large variety of plants, nuts, seeds, lentils, and also polyphenol-rich foods. So polyphenols are something that you may not have heard of before. Now, polyphenols are a natural poison that occurs in some foods, and when you consume those polyphenols, they actually go into your gut and they can kill off a lot of the non-beneficial bacteria in your gut microbiome and then actually promote a lot of the beneficial ones. Now, polyphenols actually have a bitter taste, so they often get removed from a lot of our foods, and foods that contain the highest amount of polyphenols include things that have that really dark purpley or red color, such as red cabbage, berries, pomegranate, what else? Black currant, things like that. So you need to also consume a small amount of organic meats. So these are grain-fed or organic meats, so that you know that they haven't been pumped full of antibiotics and growth hormones and other things like that. For some people, dairy and or gluten can actually cause an adverse skin effect, and it can actually cause outbreaks as well. So you could try removing both dairy and gluten from your diet for a period of time, and then you could try slowly introducing those as well and seeing if they have any effect. But if you actually sort your gut health out by doing these things here, and by cutting out your processed foods and your refined sugars, then it shouldn't actually matter whether, like, it should take away this effect of dairy and gluten causing skin breakouts. Many people also experience flare-ups of their skins when they consume a large amount of sugar, so things like chocolate, ice cream, and soda drinks and things like that. And this is because the sugar goes straight into your gut and feeds those bad microbes, which then multiply and flare up and release those chemical signals, and they can actually then inflame your skin. Now, many doctors will also prescribe antibiotics as a way of clearing up your skin, but you need to understand how these work and the potential dangers of them. So, when you take oral antibiotics, they actually kill the microbes in your gut and on your skin, including the beneficial and the non-beneficial ones. So, they actually kill all of those microbes. So, while taking these antibiotics might actually improve your skin in the short term by killing the bad bugs or the bad microbes on your skin, as soon as you stop taking those antibiotics, the bad bugs will simply come back and your acne will return. Not to mention, you can also cause significant damage to your gut, which can have a ton of other flow-on health issues, including skin breaks. So it's quite funny actually, like taking these antibiotics can help your skin in the short term, but in the long term, you could completely destroy your gut microbiome, which is the number one contributor to poor skin in the long term. So it can also take months or even years to restore that gut microbiome health after taking a round of antibiotics. So my advice would be to stay well clear of antibiotics as a method of clearing up your skin. Optimizing your gut health is a far more effective and sustainable way to improve your skin. Now, the bottom line is, if you want healthy skin, then you absolutely need to have a healthy gut. Now, I want to quickly address probiotics. Now, you may have heard of these probiotics, these little capsules that you can get in supplement forms. Just be aware that these probiotics are a massive marketing fad, and they have now become a multi-billion-dollar industry. Trials and tests so far have actually been pretty inconsistent and inconclusive in showing improvements to your skin health from taking probiotics, leaving researchers scratching their head a little bit. But I can tell you exactly why these confusing or conflicting results have occurred. And this is because taking probiotics will provide completely different results depending on the existing makeup of someone's gut microbiome. And since every single person has a completely unique gut microbiome, the results for every person will be different. Now, if you have great gut health already, then taking a probiotic supplement may provide you benefits. But on the contrary, if you have poor gut health to start with, then taking those probiotics may only exacerbate the problem. So it could actually make your skin worse. Like I said, the bottom line is, if you want healthy skin, you need to have a healthy gut. So that's step number one. Now, step number two is to optimize your cleansing protocol. Now, this is the step that's dealing directly with your skin microbiome. Now, firstly, many people over-cleanse their skin and scrub it and over-exfoliate it, and this can cause a lot of inflammation on your skin, so you definitely want to stay clear of doing this. You want to use a nice, gentle cleanser. So skin is naturally slightly acidic, so you also don't want to use alkaline cleansers. You also need to moisturize your skin, and you want to use one that's labeled as non-comedogenic, which means that it doesn't block the pores on your skin when you use it. You also want to protect your skin from the sun, as this can cause inflammation and damage on your skin. So you just want to use like a really light and natural, if possible, sunscreen when you go out into the sun. And I also recommend staying away from those rollers or needling your skin, because this can cause a lot of inflammation again. Although, if you have cleared up your acne and your skin outbreaks, then you can then start to potentially look at doing rollers or needling as a way to heal any scarring if you have that scarring. Now, most importantly, for your cleansing protocol, being too clean and too sterile is a major factor. So when you're always cleansing your skin or using antibiotic or antimicrobial skin products, as I mentioned back in step number one, can actually wipe out the harmful microbes on your skin, but you can actually also wipe out the beneficial microbes on your skin, which protects you from having breakouts. And this is quite an interesting fact. So researchers actually found that children who are exposed to pets more often have a better balance of skin microbes and have a lower risk of developing a whole bunch of different skin conditions, including eczema. That's because they've just got a more rounded or more variety in the microbes on their skin. You also want to reduce exposure to chemicals and toxins. So these might be the ones that you breathe in or the products that you put on your skin or in around your house, such as cleaning products. So if possible, you want to avoid ones that have chemicals in them and go for natural and or organic products. Step 3 to improving your skin is to reduce your stress. So skin health is also affected by our emotions and our level of stress, and vice versa. Now, most people watching this video will have probably experienced a flare-up of their skin when they're either run down or when they're feeling very stressed. Now, this is because we can produce certain stress hormones. An example is a hormone called substance P, and this is in our sweat and our sebum, and now your sebum is oil produced on your skin. And this substance P hormone, this stress hormone, effectively bathes your skin microbes in this stress hormone and can impact the balance of healthy and harmful microbes on your skin. And this can result in outbreaks as well. So the most obvious thing to do here, if possible, in terms of reducing your stress, is to remove or reduce or minimize those primary sources of stress in your life. Now, I understand that this isn't always possible and it's sometimes easier than it sounds, but what I will tell you is that often people think they're stuck in these situations that are giving them all the stress and they can't get it out of it when they actually can if they just stop to think about the options. There's 9 times out of 10, there's a way to at least reduce those sources of stress in your life. But guess what? The number one way to reduce your stress is actually to improve your gut health, which you are already going to be doing as part of step 1 of your 3-step process that we've talked about in this video. I'd also recommend you try to implement some psychological stress reduction techniques such as daily mindfulness. There's a few really good apps out there. The one that I use is called Calm. I'd also highly recommend that you do daily gratitude practice and journaling practices as well. So I find that these help a lot. Now, if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for many more videos that are about to come on various health and wellness topics. Be safe, be well, and I'll see you in the next video.